Good evening. Welcome to Psychic That Plans. I'm just doing a little bit of the social media humdrum.
Yay.
Yay, yeah. Patreon, stop changing your stuff.
We would love if Patreon quit changing their stuff. That would be lovely.
No, that would be lovely.
That would be lovely.
Of course, then we have a chat room over there for our Patreons.
Woot.
Yeah.
Love that.
I know. They've added that. And of course, you get exclusive content and all that fun stuff.
All the good things. All the good things.
Yeah. All right. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to let you talk about this week while I go get the children in. Because Gizmo is complaining at the top of his lungs.
It does sound that way. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So talk about our setup. You can talk about what you're looking at this week, and then I'll be right back. Hello, Miss Brenda.
All righty. So this week it is going to be kind of a throw it in a blender. Because we do have an event this weekend, which is not a totally atypical thing, but it does make for an atypical week. So we'll actually be on the road for 3 days. So technically we're doing most of our planning for the 11th through the 14th. With the 15th, 16th, and 17th all being road days. So there is planning that goes into that, but it's a different kind of planning. It involves event planning, and how that day works and how we get to where when. So you'll see him block out probably a good chunk of Saturday, because of an event. And then I'm actually, in Princeton this week. So that'll be fun. But yeah, we've got a bunch of different things going on all this week. So we're trying to get everything together for that. Additionally, we've definitely seen the network schedule lock in. It looks, he'll talk more to this in a minute, but I think we actually have had success with his private appointment schedule, which granted there will be exceptions because of this weekend, but I think we finally found a good mix of times, so that everything's starting to flow a little bit better for him. He also we'll have to see. Here he comes. There he is. Hello.
Sorry, guys. Children are fussing because it's too cold, but they want to play in the snow and watch the trucks fly down the road. But again, it's too cold.
Wait, we have snow?
We have snow. Welcome to fucking winter.
Well, I feel like my layout for this week kind of might have ushered that in, and I apologize.
Just might have. All right.
Yeah. But no, I was telling them we'll be on the road this weekend. You might have a cool new thing for them. I don't know. Did you get good on that, or is that still a work in progress?
What?
Notion.
Yes, we've got HB90 Notion set up. But I'm going to go over that later in when
Okay.
I think because I'm redoing my planner system, but I'm not really redoing my planner system, if that makes any sense, guys. So this is going to be a busy week, as he said. There's a lot of things going on this week. And, I don't know. Can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see. Awesome. Okay. So first off, let's start with connecting the four corners, as I say. Because the 10th, 11th is me and Invisible's anniversary. And I've gotten him to agree to be adventurous this year.
You have?
Yeah. We're supposed to go bowling if we don't get this nor'easter from hell.
For the bumpers?
Do what?
Are you going to ask for the bumpers?
Well, yeah, we might have to ask for the bumpers because neither one of us has done that since high school. Or at least I haven't bowled since high school. So we got
it's one of those things that like you forget exists, and then it's like, oh yeah, that thing.
Well, I don't forget it exists, but I have this really bad habit of not finding time.
True.
And that's not just not finding time for anything. That's not finding time to do things, and then forgetting that I enjoy things. And people think, what do you mean you forget you enjoy things? Well, I haven't done them for a number of years. Exactly. So how do I remember if I liked it or not?
Well, there's that. Then there's also the I think a lot of people get onto this one as well. Is like, when is their time?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you remember you enjoy doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels like there's no I know we talk about making time for things on the show a lot.
Right.
But sometimes it really does feel like we don't have time to do the things that we used to do.
Right. And then, there's things like, there's demands of the network, there's demands of the businesses in general. Then we have the shows, and it all gets thrown into a blender mix, and then it's like, oh crap.
Well, I think some of it may also be the competition.
Right.
Like we have streaming movies and television and social media and TikTok and you can and YouTube. It seems like we end up down a lot these are things that all compete with things that we previously would have done.
Well, yes and no, and learning boundaries around this. Sorry, guys, I've got a small planning disaster thanks to a certain feline.
Okay. Oh no. Poor disaster feline. Well,
yeah.
Poor you, but is really where that goes. Okay. Unfortunate disaster feline. That's me.
Yep.
Yeah, Brenda points out the twisted blessings of being more successful, busier, which has upsides and downsides. It does.
Right.
But yeah, because I think of bowling and I think of going to the movies, and they were a huge part of my life in the 90s.
Right.
And that's because what else was I going to do?
Well,
sit and read a book.
Right, but Brenda brings up, Brenda brings up a subject. Cindy brought it up on one of her Vlogmases, and I swear maybe in 2024 I can do Vlogmas. We got to get me a vlog camera because I still do a lot of things from webcam and cell phone, which is fine, but it's not conducive to vlogging when your phone's doing 40 other things than processing.
Oh.
You know. So I don't know. I'm gonna throw it on the idea board and see where it goes from there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we'll see about Vlogmas.
Oh, very cool.
But
Definitely
she was talking about, being a young mom and being a manager of a grocery store, and you would think that A plus B could be easily done. No, because Trader Joe does waterfall scheduling. And whereas waterfall cooking is very beneficial, waterfall scheduling is a pain in the ass.
Okay, so what is waterfall scheduling?
Okay, let's say you go in from 9 to 2 today.
Okay.
Tomorrow you'll go in from 2 to 4, from 2 to 8. The next day you go in 8 to 2. And then the next day you'd go in from 2 to 9.
Okay. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, okay, I got you now. Like, ew.
Yeah. It
yeah,
isn't.
You're not going to feel like doing anything.
Well, you don't, and, much like her, it's taken me a lot to figure out, like, days off and how to have a proper day off, how to do certain things. And then you have weeks like this when it's just like, oh, no, we're just throwing everything at you. All right.
Yeah. There's a little bit of everything this week.
PM, PCSP, 5 PM. Wednesday, Thursday is coffee and swear that network just thinks that I'm always there.
It does. Like, because at the point in which he says it's that network, I'm like, I already know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, guys, we will not have shows on the 15th, and the 17th. That's just not happening.
Nope.
Sorry. We can't be multi-humans. Now, if my happy mail comes in, you're going to see me set up the planner system. The Patreons may get a private live stream of me setting up the planner system, and you guys get a live video.
Hey.
Yeah. That's a thought. But that means no mountain bears, no psychics at plans next week. All right, so there's the base. And then let's get in the rest of it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Do you want to start with invisible?
Give me a minute. I'm still putting in stuff for me.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I am, and that is Eric. And then,
of course, we get to have fun with him potentially.
Oh, Eric, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm using invisible ink this week, guys.
Changes, there might be a plenty.
Like, the daily pages become more useful during these days than anything else. All right, now let's get the unmovables. All right. So...
Oh, I just caught something I did, and it's kind of funny.
Okay.
One of those things that only happens with digital planning.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be fun. So I don't usually use really big stickers up next to the date box.
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't run into this issue. And then I really wasn't paying attention when I grabbed to copy and paste. And I have 2 dates on my calendar.
Uh-huh.
So I get to play with my numbers and go try to fix this. There we go. Just part of the extra. But, just caught that and was like, oh, that's funny.
Yep. All right. So I have my base in. I literally have something every day this week, which will be fun. Pretty much. I mean, all right. So we got to figure out where you're at, and then we got to plan the network schedule on how that's going to play out, because I'm looking at least 2 days I'm completely not going to be able to do it.
Okay.
So,
well.
All right, let's start with the invisible first.
All right. Well, invisible is working Tuesday from 5 to 10.
Okay.
And Thursday, 5 to 10. And that's all we know so far.
All right. And then we have a bowling and tide date. All right. All right. Let's see how complicated you make this.
Well, so Wednesday I have to be in Princeton for a 2 p.m. appointment. So I need to leave here about 11-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, there you go. So that should put me back around 6.
All right.
Ish.
Okay. So, and then of course, we got to leave out of here by 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Charleston. And then we'll travel back on this date. All right. Whew, it's going to be a busy week.
It is.
All right. So normally I do house stuff down here. We're not going to do that. We're going to have to do schedule stuff.
Okay.
Because the house stuff isn't going to probably get done because I'm offsetting that.
Right.
Okay. We did get Christmas up for the first time in 2 years? Yeah.
I think so. If you guys can't see it, I do have the color changing tree behind me.
Yes.
Yes.
And of course, I got a little I guess the word is indignant, and said, I don't want to open the box of memories this year.
You did. It wasn't so much that you were indignant about it. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. I didn't realize how much this had fallen down.
All right.
There you go. Now you guys can see more of the tree. But no, well, I wouldn't call it indignant. I would call it like, you know what? This has been done, and I'm done with it.
Right.
Like, and so, years of Christmas past.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Well, and maybe that's a conversation for everyone, because I know I've had it, and I'm sure maybe some of y'all have. Is this idea that there comes a point in your Christmas past that you really have to stop and look at what you're saving?
Mm-hmm.
And are you saving good memories, or are you saving painful memories?
Right.
And, am I getting traumatized or re-traumatized?
Right.
Every time I try to set up Christmas.
Okay.
And quite frankly, we've both, I think, hit that point.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, we have dead people stuff. Okay. So we start hauling out Christmas, and it also hauls out memories.
Right.
And not all those are really the best
Right.
for the holidays.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think some years you do have to kind of stop and go, all right, we're going a different direction.
Yep.
Because if Christmas is traumatizing me to the point that I don't even want to go to the attic and start this shit,
Mm-hmm.
then we have a problem.
Well, that, it always just puts me in a bad mood. Dragging down which tree, are we doing Dad's tree? Are we doing Mama's tree? Are we doing the tree we got in Ohio? And it's just like, I am not in the mood.
Well, yeah. Well, and then it gets into like my grandmother's, because this is my second fiber optic tree.
Right.
My first fiber optic tree was my grandmother's. And bless its little heart, it has held on quite well, more than anyone could have expected, for 30 years.
Right.
And it's now become its own little, like, Tiny Tim of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's old. I think the color change on it has died. The projector bulb went. We were supposed to have ordered that a couple of years ago. I mean,
Right.
it's just like, give it up.
Yep.
Like that poor old tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's been through everything and then some. But then we were talking, Aeson and I were, about the realities of that tree and the fact that the whole reason it was purchased was because not long after my grandfather passed, my grandmother went up to the attic and, much like where we are, unceremoniously drugged down Christmas because she had to.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing that, like, I don't want to do this, just knock it all together, throw it in the corner, and be done with it. And so she rushed. And her previous poor, old, dilapidated Christmas tree had warning labels. One of which was, you have to let it warm up or you will break it.
Right.
So of course in her rush she did not let it warm up appropriately, and the plastic of the base, that was God only knows how many years old, snapped like a twig.
Mm-hmm.
And she unleashed her powers with super glue. Which, considering the woman had her own acetone just for super glue accidents, it tells you about how well super glue in this tree went. It was horrific. And finally she had to admit the tree was dead and, she needed a new one.
Right.
So that was the whole reason the fiber optic tree was accidentally purchased.
All right. So I'm looking at 42 hours. You want to check this?
Sure. Just 1 second. Let me get a calculator up. All right. So we're looking at 10 plus 10 plus 7 plus 7 plus 10.
Right.
I've got 44 on that.
All right.
Yeah.
If I can get some time in Friday evening, great. If not, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be really testing to see what the iPad can do itself.
Hey, if you like, even if it's on the non-standards,
right?
You're not going to pack the laptop.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No. Well, the plan was for me to move over to the iPad. I may pack the laptop and use it too. Because that would take care of 2 monitors.
Well, that's fair. I was going to say, though, I don't have a problem if you just want to take the iPad.
I know.
That's fine.
All right. So let's switch over and see what we're looking at for private. Mm. See here, 6:30 to 8 does not work here. So, yeah, so this is going to have to be a no private day. Tuesday, 2 to 5 does work here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Wednesday, I'm going to leave in a hole for right now. Thursday, this ain't going to work. I can't do network and private. And Sunday, 2 to 5. Okay.
All right.
I think that's all I'm going to have available this week.
I think that's fair. It's sort of like we're taking our Christmas this week instead of next week.
Yeah, except, we ain't wrapping presents.
Well, true, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've got accomplished, the planner and me have got the decorations up. We haven't bought the ham. We haven't done the gift shopping yet. That'll happen over the next few weeks. Well, the next, week? 2 weeks? Do I got 2 weeks left?
Technically, you've got this week and next week if you really want to count it.
Cool.
It's kind of hard to count it, though, because this week we're on the road after 4 days, and then the next week is the week.
Yeah.
And so we try to get a week ahead because it gets crazy around here. We don't know about your neck of the woods, but hams start disappearing.
No, hams start disappearing. A lot of things start disappearing. So the Yule Ball opens at 2 for the public. Mm-hmm. All right. Come on, hop off the page and hop on the page. Get our gnome game on.
Transplant, damn it! Transplant!
Transformation. But anyhow, so you guys can come up. I'm going to be doing the year spread as my special. We need to get that printed up. You'll see the price when you get there. And then, of course, normal readings. And I think I'm going to go ahead and offer Reiki. We'll see where that's at. But no, it's going to be a great event. Vice versa always does amazing. And, I also get to I'm going to do a private party on the 15th, which will be fun. It's a past event that I haven't done in a while, so that'll be great. Getting everything there. Let's see how this is going to look. All right. So that's kind of decent. Blocks me from filling that in.
Puts a big giant reminder, you have places to be.
Right. No availability.
Yep. Oh, and I just wanted to double check on the 14th, that 1 to 7, is that 1 p.m. to 7 p.m.?
Yes. I've got to rotate time.
Oh, that's right. Good deal. Sorry, I need to get that down, guys.
All right.
I got to do updated emails.
Updated emails. We need an updated online booking system.
Yes.
Yes.
All the things.
Yep. You need to warm up the little brother.
Do what now?
You need to warm up the little brother. I've got work for it later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, Ponsetto. But no, it's just we're still in that weird time when we're getting like stuff is, you know, I had planned on doing a purple tree this year instead of the Art
He's
Deco.
wanted to do this forever.
Yes, I think they're just amazing. They're cute. Yeah, that didn't work out. Apparently, purple is the one of the shortages this year. So, no purple tree this year. Maybe next year. We did start buying buying the household a mix of ornaments. Like, I've decided to start a new tradition of getting, like this year, we got the holly and the oak leaf ornaments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which
that's
is
kind of
very
cool.
cool. They're very pretty.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that might be worth mentioning. Apparently now is the moment to go find your ornaments.
Yes. If you like specialty ornaments or not single use, but like special ornaments and your tree's looking a little bare, or you just like, you've been looking for example Yule tied elements or that type of thing. Yeah. The Joann's is currently running a sale. Buy one get four free. So if you have a tradition of getting ornaments, or it's been a few years and your tree's got a few bare spots in it, it might be worth looking into.
Oh yeah, I'm just still not used to, I'm used to after Christmas sales, after Halloween sales.
Mm-hmm.
You get it, you see the pattern there. Now we're doing this whole thing where it's the week before.
Mm-hmm.
It's already over.
Right.
If you're looking for stuff, it's already over. It's on clearance now.
Yeah.
And that just blows my mind. And I don't know, had we already gone that direction, or were we going that direction, or is this really life post-COVID and we just suddenly decide we're doing it a week before?
Well, I think what it is they stick them out at July. And I think the people in the store is just sick of them.
This is fair. They do kind of get the truckload of the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, granted, that's been going on for a long time, at least with companies like Hallmark, because their ornament premieres in July.
Right.
Believe me, I'm traumatized to know that.
I'm just thinking, there's parts of me that's just thinking, are we serious? And what I mean by that, and this is not that complicated, but also can get a little bit like, Aeson, really? At what level of when I was a kid, we never put our tree up until 2 weeks before. And I think that's why I was like, nope, it's time to get the tree up. If we're going to put the tree up, we need to get the tree up. At what level? Brenda's in the audience. Brenda, when did you normally put your tree up? Was it before Thanksgiving? The night before Christmas?
Well, I know for my mom, it was usually within the mom. If you want to get technical, mom bought the tree on Thursday after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Because the number of fights that started, again, trauma. I will never forget that either. Because what usually happened is we had 7.5 foot ceilings, and mom always bought somewhere north of a 9-foot tree.
Mm-hmm.
Eternally. Because the shorter ones just aren't bushy enough.
Right.
So you have to get the really big tree and cut half of it off. So Dad would always find his way into the house blocked that Thursday by a half in, half out of the house tree. So before he can do anything, he has to, and Mom has set tools out for him. He has to height adjust the tree.
Well, see, here's my thing with that, and I think we've only had one real tree. No, we've had two. I've had two. I had one with us, and it was the tabletop that I thought would be so cute to plant in the yard. You lose your lot.
It didn't survive.
It didn't survive.
It was a tree carcass before we got to Christmas.
Yeah, and this wasn't a dead plant tree either.
He paid full price.
I paid full price. Didn't even use a coupon. You still screwed me over.
He was very disappointed.
Yeah. So there's that. And then trying to think. And then I think Mom and Dad done one real tree one year, and it set off his allergies, and that was it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like he suffered through that year. But he was also the type that as soon as Christmas was over, the tree came down.
Oh no. Mom pushed it all the way into January.
Yeah.
Like that poor defenseless tree was basically a fire hazard by the time it left the house.
Right.
Like it was just I think it was part of also her love of flocking, may I point out, that the tree lasted that long because enough of it was powder coated. But it couldn't totally fall apart and look hideous, but I never stopped to process that. I think that's why she liked the flocking. It was because, by God, it'll hold the needles on it one way or another. I can see my mom thinking this.
What, she would just hairspray it in place?
Basically, like, God knows she used to, oh my God, so, and in case you didn't know, they used to make two different types of flocking, one for trees, one for windows. Yes, Mom was one of those. Yeah. So yeah, she used to go through like 3 cans of the flocking on the tree. And then we moved over to windows, and the front 4 windows of the house, if not the 5th front window of the house, depending. She covered in flocking.
So that's spray snowflakes.
Well, yeah, somewhere between a cross of like spray paint and shaving cream.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I remember the somewhere in January she had to sit there with a scraper and scrape the windows every year.
Yeah, I would have just left it there to spring and washed it off.
Oh no, that stuff gets worse the longer it sets. That was half the problem. Is that it had been on the windows for basically the better part of 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That stuff doesn't give up the ghost very happily after 3.
But yeah. I don't know. I've kind of had fun this year with it. Like, there's a centerpiece, and there's bowls with bulbs in it, and there's a tree that looks, I think, decent. Now, is it the best, most Hallmark-ish tree? No, but it's cute.
Oh, the tree's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Why are you trash-talking your tree?
I'm not trash-talking my tree. I was getting to what I was going to say.
Oh, okay, yes.
Is, it took a, little army of visiting the stores to find a freaking tree topper. And then even that's partly crafted.
Hey, but you had fun with it.
I did. Like, I kind of like the idea of a centerpiece.
You do. And the centerpiece was nice.
Yeah.
Or is nice. Sorry.
Yeah. There's a reef on the door. I think that's the first time we've ever put a reef outside the door, so we're going to see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you finally got your broomstick up.
Yep.
The one you wanted to do.
Yeah, I got the the broomstick up, and it's decorated for Christmas, and then it can get changed out for Valentine's Day, and recoated with some cinnamon oil.
Yes.
Yes.
You did some really pretty garland because we had some leftover ornaments that were basically like, I'm not putting those on the tree.
Yeah,
but they look gorgeous on garland.
Right, which brings up another thing. Brenda, were you ever taught the order of Christmas tree operations?
The order of Christmas tree operations.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There is an order to
that. I was taught to leave the room.
That's just because your criticism. I know where that comes from.
What? Hey, there's pictures of my second Christmas when Dad nailed the 2x4 to the wall to keep me in a what are those? You put the baby in it. It has 4 wheels. You let him go meandering through the house.
Suicide mission?
No, not a suicide mission.
Little bouncy things. I don't think they even make those anymore.
Oh no! Not the Johnny Jump Up. That's a whole other different series of issues. This is the one where the baby is supposed to learn to walk while being semi-suspended in a. I don't know. Were they walkers? No.
Yeah, walkers.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So Dad nailed a 2x4 across the living room floor so that I couldn't get to the tree.
I ain't nailing a 2x4. If you want to take your walker up to the tree, you can.
Well, let's see if I could reach it. But no, that was my second Christmas. That pretty much started the leave the room.
Mm-hmm. That explains why I always have a devil of a time getting you to decorate it.
Uh-huh. Do you know how much my hand has been smacked?
I know. All that bad programming. Add that to your list.
Oh, okay. But no, we also, I know what the Johnny Jump Up is. We had one of those in the door frame between the kitchen and the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Nestled conveniently between the refrigerator and the corner of a floor model television.
That way he can at least get the beer and turn the channel.
Basically. I think that was the plan.
Okay, your parents were ingenious.
Hey.
Sorry.
It survived.
You have a child, you get an automatic remote.
True. Not that you need it anymore unless the batteries go dead.
Well, no, I'm talking about back then.
Oh, yeah. Change the channel, turn the volume, turn it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even Dad was high tech with the VCR that had the corded remote.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember when.
Well, the only way you got a corded remote in this house is if you put the kid on a leash.
Mm-mm. Hey, fair enough.
Yeah.
But even that didn't handle all the functions of the VCR. You know,
Is the
the
time
one that I
set?
said.
Then you're lucky.
Oh yeah, no. Time was always sad. But no, that poor VCR. Dad kept complaining about it eating tapes. So very, very young me decided I would solve the problem by feeding the VCR a peanut butter sandwich.
It was hungry.
Exactly. That was my line of reasoning. Mom couldn't argue with it. She just had to stop Dad from beating the life out of me long enough to hear it. And then he was like, I brought this on myself. I see this now. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what the repair cost in like 1986 was on peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the VCR.
Oh, it couldn't have been that much. You're still living.
I know it was there for a while. Apparently it took a lot to clean that out.
No, I figured that was more so the tech going, I
don't get paid enough. Hear that or the tech going, come see this. You got to see this.
Yeah. All right, honey, let's talk over your plans real quick.
Well, right now I don't have all my plans in, though I really don't have a lot of things this week. So it should be at least through Thursday should be a good catch-up day. Because I'm just on the road Wednesday, and then of course out of town with you for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's the biggest chunk of the week, kind of like,
yeah.
I'm on the road 4 days. So the other 3 days I actually don't really have anything. So except for the shows. So I do just have to get those in. So yeah.
And then a meeting Thursday. I need you on the call on Thursday at 11 a.m.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. For the okay. So at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and fill this one out so you guys can see that. Because we see him fill in his stuff. Right. So I'm using a gold pen, and I'm kind of liking the black ones, especially with the gold pen. So we're gonna put in this 11 a.m. And we got that written in. So now we're gonna grab it. Oh no. Oh, I should have moved first. Oh, well, we'll fix that. Don't grab the truck. This is sometimes the fun, guys. So let me just back this out. I'm just using my quick little undo button. Yay! So that way this is easier. I can just grab this. We'll move it down to, come on, grab. 11 a.m. And then I'll grab my pen and write it in again. So, yeah, sometimes with digital planning, it is a little harder than using physical elements, just because it's harder to, quote unquote, pick them up and move them around when they overlap.
Right.
So, yeah, and that's okay. You just get used to, like, well, let's try that again. And there we go. Now we have it. So my 11 a.m. podcast plan is in.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, that does look good.
Yeah, it really pops out. I'm kind of liking the black and white Christmas. Of course, I got the lantern again that you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was trying some different stuff, seeing if I could get a nice black and gold going for this week, and I did, using a little touch of the glitter up here, so we can drop in meal planning. So yeah. Which, speaking of,
yes, let's do that real quick.
Alrighty. So what you thinking Monday?
Well, Monday I'm on a date.
Oh, that's right. So fend for yourself for Joe. What does Joe want?
Oh, pine sol and pasta.
Oh, I can. So yay, pesto pasta. That'll be lovely. And then, and that was blue. I meant to grab black. Get over to Tuesday. So we doing cheap Mex? No, we didn't do cheap Mexican. What did we do?
We're gonna do the fajitas, beef and chicken fajitas.
Right. Very nice. All right, and then Wednesday.
That chicken garlic pasta.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There we go. So we got our chicken garlic pasta in. And then that leaves the chicken parm.
Yeah.
I stuttered. At least that's what I call it when I hold a line too long, and it literally becomes a line.
Right.
So we got the chicken parm, and then so we're on the road, so we'll be eating out Friday and Saturday for sure.
Right.
And then that brings us all the way to Sunday.
All right. Sunday is the chicken parm.
Oh, Sunday is the chicken parm?
Yep. Because Invisible's cooking it, remember?
Oh, that's right, because that'll be a quick, easy one for him.
Right.
All right, so then we have a Thursday problem.
What is it? We got another meal.
We did. Oh, that's probably the
beef and broccoli.
Yeah, the beef and broccoli.
Yeah.
There you go. I couldn't think of it, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Knowing we were going to be on the road this week and getting ready to go into the holiday week, we kind of went for things that we could freezer. Oh, thanks, Brenda. That we could freezer meal and just pop and go. One that reduces our leftover count, so we don't have a lot of stuff clogging up the fridge from this week's meals. And two, does make it a lot easier to get through the week without anything spoiling before we can use it. But three, it also keeps us out of overloading the refrigerator pre-holiday.
Right. And, we've got to clean out the refrigerator pre-holiday. So I go in Invisible's post-it notes of things I need you to do while I'm gone.
Yes. Absolutely.
Which, by the way, did you know almond milk had an expiration date? I didn't. So I went to make a shake this morning. And then it was like, oh no. So yeah, that was interesting.
Almond milk lived in our house long enough to expire. Because I think it's a good 2-3 months, isn't it?
No, it was apparently it may have supposed to have been a good 2-3 months. Notice the word supposed, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, because sometimes they do have it at the store for a little while.
Right.
Yeah. Like, we've seen that happen both with the almond milk and the half and half.
Right.
It's like, how is there half and half on this shelf that's almost expired?
Right.
Like, never ever should you be buying half and half that's almost with like a week to go.
Right.
It's like, things went wrong here.
On so many levels.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't just happen.
No, it doesn't just happen. Okay, guys. So we're going to wrap up. Let me get the cards ready.
Okay.
Let's see how this week's going to go.
Oh, yes. We all need to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, already tight. Swear.
Oh. Cards be an extra for this week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, how interesting. We have the Three of Cups, of course, celebrations. We have the Sun card, which is a focus on yourself. And then we have the Empress, which is a time of abundance. So this week looks to be a pretty good week as long as you remember to kind of keep yourself in focus, stepping into the light, accepting your own responsibilities, that type of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Very awesome.
All right. All right, guys. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this week's Psychic Plans. I know it's a little sparse, but that's because there's a lot of activities going on. We hope you're getting ready for your holidays and you're getting those in line and in order. And if not, be easy on yourselves. Because it really doesn't do you well. And if something no longer fits, then it's not a tradition of joy, it's a tradition of mourning, and get rid of it.
Very much so.
Yep. So with that, guys, we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.